Hello there, my name is Donald Cerchia. I'm the music teacher here at Paris High School. I teach everything from concert band, marching band, percussion, color guard, beginning band, and piano. So if you're watching this video, likely your student has one of those classes with me. I'm going to go over what we're doing in our classes, what to expect from our classes, how to contact me, um, other information that is very useful to you, like how to access your students' assignments, our gradebook policy. And I hope you guys get a great experience from this year's school, even though it's a little different with distance learning. We are still full throttle and engaging in music here at Paris High School. So the first thing I want to do is present my screen here. And we're going to go to a slideshow that I put together here with the course description. So all of my classes are fairly similar. My name is Mr. Cerchia, like I said. It's spelled weird, but it's pronounced Cerchia. I hope that your students are excited to begin a musical journey that they will remember the rest of their lives. Whether they have musical experience on a piano or any other type of instrument or have absolutely no musical background, they will learn concepts such as basic rhythms, note reading, musicianship, and be able to express them using a variety of musical terminology through the art of music performance. This class will likely challenge your students' performance abilities. Most students are very shy in the beginning, but they have to get used to playing in front of one another and get rid of that performance anxiety. With that, they will gain valuable lifelong learning skills such as confidence, respect, appreciation, and discipline. Learning to play a musical instrument is a privilege. This year's students are able to participate in many music programs at Paris High School, including the marching and concert bands, beginning band, and piano. Some of those you need experience for, but many of them you do not. So I look forward to getting to know all of the students this year in a journey that we will all take together. For you parents out there, this is how you're going to access the class content or make sure that your students are staying on top of the class content. All of my class material is not on Google Classroom. It is on it's on Canvas. And our classrooms will meet through Google Meet. All of those links are on Canvas, and I'll show you how to get there in a second. On the home page of Canvas, students will have access to any links they need to submit and complete work, such as Flipgrid, a digital metronome, and they'll be able to access our Google Meets through links on the home page. So that's kind of the resource page for the class. And all of my classes, whether you're in marching band or beginning band or piano, they're all laid out the same. So below, I included the links to these classes. You probably will have to type them into a URL, as you will not be able to click on the link and do it, but you can just freeze this and type it into a URL. So let me kind of show you what one of those looks like. Here's our piano class homepage on Canvas. And you will see that it just gives you kind of a brief synopsis of the class. Right on the bottom of the homepage, they can click on the Google Meet icon, or they can click Join Google Meet to join the classroom. Depending on which piano period or which band period you have depends on which days we meet. But regardless of what day it is, the Google Meet here link will get you there. If the students ever need to submit an assignment on Flipgrid, the link's here as well. Our class codes are different for each class, so make sure that you are doing the Flipgrid for your specific class. For students and parents, I strongly advise that you enroll in Remind, and on each homepage in Canvas for each class, there's a section for Remind. If you don't know what Remind is, it's a text messaging based app where students and teachers can text each other without sharing phone numbers and sharing personal information. So it will send a generic Remind phone number. I forget what the phone number is, but it's a generic Remind phone number. So if the student has a question on, hey, do we have a meet today? Can I turn in this late work today? Or, hey, I did turn in the late work, just so you know, so you can grade it. It will send me a text to my phone, and I won't see their number and they won't see mine. So I won't get those random pizzas delivered to my house, which is quite nice. But parents are more than welcome to sign up for Remind as well, because I do send reminds out almost every day reminding the students, hey, you have a meet today or you don't have a meet today, make sure you log in attendance. So most of them are on their phones all the time anyway, so it's a great way to get a hold of them because they always respond to texts, but very rarely to emails. So please sign up for Remind. Make sure your students are signed up for Remind. It's a very safe system. I've used it for quite a few years here, and it's a great way to communicate with the class. They can also use a virtual piano for music assignments and stuff like that. A Google Metronome, which kind of gives them the beat and the pulse, which is very helpful for any music class. So that is our home Canvas page. All right, and the next one, where to find student assignments. All assignments can be found on Canvas from the landing page, which is that page I just showed you. It's also known as the home page. All you have to do is click modules on the left-hand side of the page, and you'll be taken to the class assignments. So all the assignments in the classes are broken down by week. So you'll see the date on there for each week. Everything the student needs to complete for the week will be listed under the module section of Canvas. The student may need to refer back to the landing page to get those links for Flipgrid and the other tools that we just talked about. So let me go back here. On the left-hand side, this is our landing page of Canvas. You will see modules. If you click on that, it's going to bring up everything that we've done. So let's say, let's look at this week here, week 3. So if they wanted to go back and do assignments, they can click on each thing that we did in the class that day. For instance, here's a video on how they make pianos and how they make pipe organs. That was just kind of an informational thing. You can also go back, and here's our DIY instrument making assignment on here. Another video they had to watch on vibration of instruments. History of a piano assignment, but you can see they're all broken down by weeks. Week 4, August 31st through September 4th. And this is where you will find all your assignments. Again, they might have to jump back to the home page to get to Flipgrid or somewhere else to upload their assignment. But between the home page and the modules, that is where all their assignments are listed. I actually have 2 classrooms here at Paris High School. I have the band room and I have the piano lab. The band room is the one where my office is. So each teacher has a teacher webpage through Paris Union High School District, which is on the PUHSD website, and it's on the Paris High School website. So if you go there, you can find contact information for all your teachers. The link to my page specifically is this one right here. I'm going to show you in a second how to get to the school's webpage and look up any teacher. This is my name, my email address, my school phone number with my office extension to the band room, and my prep period is 6 periods. So if you don't get a hold of me, then you're probably going to get my answering machine. So the best thing I would recommend is to shoot an email or send me a remind. So if you're signed up for remind, I can respond to you quite instantly unless I'm in the piano lab, because you don't get great reception in there. So let me go back and show you guys. If you go to the Paris High School webpage or the Paris Union High School District page, which I believe this one is, at the top, you'll see teacher web pages. And if you click on that, it will give you a list of all of the teachers in the Paris Union High School District. Now, if you go to schools and go down to Paris High School, it will take you to Paris High School's website, and that will just have teacher web pages just for Paris High School. So here's mine right here. You can click on any of your teachers on there, and it will give you usually a picture or some sort of emoji. And there's a bio on there of most of your teachers. There's an email, phone extension, and class periods and what they teach. So that's a great resource for you parents. The last few slides I'm going to present are about attendance and participation. In my class, the students get a participation grade, which is basically based off of attendance. So during distance learning, all students are responsible to log their attendance for each class period in Infinite Campus. The students can only do this during the class time allotted for each period. Attendance must be logged for every day of the week, regardless of whether we have a Google Meet on that day or if the students are working independently. There's obviously days we don't meet and they just have an assignment they can do on their own. If they have questions or help, they can shoot me a reminder or an email. And if they need to, they can get at me and we can go into a Google Meet and discuss what we need to discuss if we need to do that. In the event that Infinite Campus crashes or a student is unable to log into attendance that day, and that happens quite often, they must email me or send me a remind before the end of the class period. I can't change attendance for students that contact me outside of class hours. I have had students send me an email at 3:10 or 3:30 after school hours, and they said, hey, can you log me in for attendance for third period? I can't do it. I didn't see you on the call, or if we even had a call. I just can't do it because you are responsible to log yourselves in for your classes during that time. And if it does crash, please send me an email or a remind during class hours only. And my last slide here is the grading and late policy. So my classes are based off of a basic point system. Each assignment, test, or quiz is worth a specific number of points, and at the end of each grading period, these points just get totaled up to give the student their grade based off of a standard grading scale. So the typical, 90 to 100 is an A, 80 to 89 is a B, 70 to 79 is a C, 60 to 69 is a D, and 59% or lower is an F. So I am allowing students to be able to make up most assignments during distance learning, but only until the end of the grading period. So our first 6 weeks is done pretty much by this Friday. However, the gradebook will show a 0 until the assignment is complete. So any assignments that did not get done before the grading period ends every 6 weeks, they are not able to be made up after the grading period. All right. And then for my gradebook, I will try to keep it up to date as possible. I have a bunch of different classes, so I have, it's not like I teach the same class. I like the same block of English for 6 periods. I have many different classes, all that have different assignments. So please be aware that any late work turned in should be followed by an email letting me know it's been submitted. I don't get notifications when a student submits a late assignment, so it's up to the student to let me know that I can grade it and enter it into the gradebook as soon as possible. It might take up to 48 hours if they do it on a Friday or a weekend, because I have obviously a family too, and we usually do stuff on weekends. So it might take up to 48 hours if it's later in the week. It shouldn't take that long if it's during a weekday. All grades are calculated and due at the end of each 6-week progress report or semester period. So hopefully that gives you, let me stop presenting here, a little bit better idea of your student's class. And again, if you have any questions or you need to get a hold of me, please don't be afraid to do so. Usually when students are failing a band class, they're usually failing other classes, and band's the least of their problems. So band should not be the class they're failing. So if they are, let's address it before it gets out of hand and before they start digging themselves in a hole they can't get out of. So please reach out to me. Again, my name is Mr. Cerchia. Thank you for watching my video, and I look forward to working with your students all year long.